Sorry for the lateness. Yeah, I actually stuck around till the end. Who would have thought? I don't know if we're going to have any chats tonight. I'll chuck the link in just in case, but I'm just going to do a little bit of chatting by myself, I suppose, for a sec. There's a few things that a few people that I don't know if they're up to it anymore. And I'm talking about the seniors. I've been really hesitant to be direct with like who has annoyed me, but like you got to start asking questions at some point. So I know Bradley Hill's been targeted by a bunch of people, probably unjustly in a lot of ways. I don't think that's the case tonight. I think Brad was jogging at best majority of the time. Jones, another one. I don't know what to say. Like the efforts weren't there. That was a light hit at the end to give the turnover, right? The free against, but he barely fired a shot tonight. Dan Butler was similar. After an incredible effort last week, you got to wonder how he only gets half a game and does nothing in that half. There's some interesting stats here. We're not going to be nice tonight, as a few have mentioned. Inside 50s were horrid. Uncontested possessions were horrid. Tackles inside 50, marks inside 50, contested marks. It's me and Jake were sitting there reading the stats back at the end of the match, and like it's a very similar numbers to a round 6, and maybe not as bad in contested. We haven't gotten the advanced stats yet. We won't get them for another half an hour at least. But I don't even know what to say. Like, Jake and I have different opinions on a lot of things. We're not, we don't just agree on everything. Nobody does. But I'm of the opinion if we are going to put up performances like this against teams that aren't very far off us in the ladder, I'd remind people that the Bulldogs aren't, well, before tonight, they weren't in the 8. I don't know if they are now. I haven't double checked. But like if we're putting up those level performances and the people that are putting up those performances, well, the ones we want to guide us are the senior players like Brad Hill, Jack Steele, Zach Jones. Like these guys they're meant to be doing more. And like even Hunter Clark had a few great moments, but he didn't do enough tonight either. For me, it's these senior players. And like Jake is of the opinion that we should always be trying our best to win. And I respect that. And I think that's a generally good idea. What I don't agree with is if we are going to continue to put up these performances from our senior players specifically, why even bother playing? Because experience isn't just meant to be older, played more games. That's not experience. Experience is meant to be showing kids what they're meant to do on the ground, leading by example. And two of the people tonight in our leadership team, one of them got subbed. I mean, I hate to harp on about Dan Butler. He played well last week, but he didn't do anything this week. What other teams are subbing their goddamn leadership? Who else? I don't know. This is a top-down problem. This is absolutely a top-down problem. This is rotting from the head. And I wonder how far up it goes. I'm at the point of going, all right, clearly there's issues. Is it personnel or is it direction? Is it what we're being asked to do or is it personnel? Now, I've been in the camp that it's personnel for a long time. And I'm starting to question that. And I didn't think that'd be something I'd question this year. So I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. I don't know if this will go for very long because, like, I'm just going to go in circles in a lot of regards. Feel free to jump in, have your 2 cents, because I don't want to say things I regret, but, like, there are players that just I don't want to see them inside anymore. Like, it's harsh, but I don't want to see Brad Hill inside anymore. He's just going to loiter on the fat side. We played Brad at the half-forward flank to start the game. Majority of the end of the match, he was on the wing or half-back. Yes, we need a transition, but we're trying to keep him on the fat side the entire time. The player he was on the fat side was Davidson. The whole match, almost the entirety of the match, right? Davidson just destroyed him. Like, consistently, Brad didn't check his man at the stoppage, and it ended up in Davidson's hands going forward. It was so incredibly frustrating. There's a few moments where, like, yeah, great. I saw Owens lay a few big hits towards the end. Good. At least you're still trying. But again, it feels like the kids are trying. Like, it feels like the kids are giving it a proper crack. And yes, they'll screw up a fair bit. They're kids. But the seniors at times don't look like they're trying. And you can't win. You can't win if your leadership is not leading. It's just that simple. If people aren't trying to, lift together, like if we're not getting the rising tide, like it's because the tide isn't right. It's because people aren't trying hard enough. I'm so angry. There were so many times I was like my hair, I would have lost so much hair tonight. Could not stop pulling at it. I don't know what to say. I'm so angry. It feels like we'll quickly touch on stats because may as well. It was very similar to like round 6. I might even get this round and round 6 side by side. So give me a second. We'll try and do that so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is just, yeah, Chris couldn't have said it better. We were trailing them all night. It was just nothing to look good at. All right, let's quickly. Can any of this fucking shit load? Sorry, I'm not meant to swear in these things. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, team stats. We're going to quickly do tonight, and then I'll show you tomorrow. So we'll present. Not tomorrow. I'll show you. Share screen. There we go. So we've got these stats. Come on. Sorry, there we go. All right. So inside 50 effectiveness, not too bad. Disposal efficiency, pretty much bang on average. I mean, not too bad in the sense of we weren't destroyed in that regard. Free kicks, well, there's a bit I could say about that, but honestly, it didn't change how we played. Center clearances, I thought if we could win the center clearance or at least level it, and generally the stoppages, clearances in general, then, yeah, we had a chance. That was completely wrong, which is frustrating. And it comes down to, again, possession. We did not control the footy well. We turned it over roughly the same amount as our opponent. We had less contested and uncontested possessions. We just didn't have the ball as much. And we just didn't use it well. Like, look at the marks, right? Marks inside 50, contested marks. All of that's shocking. Defensively, I'd love to see how many tackles were actually broken versus effective tackles. It's one of the stats we will get eventually. 1% is a tale of the story there. I mean, across the board, right? So I'll quickly get up round 6 so we can jump over to there and have a quick look because it's almost exactly the same. So quickly go to round 6. We're going to share this tab instead. So I should be sharing the right tab now. Yes, I am. So stats-wise, we are what? I mean, there's next to no difference. So look, let's just go these quickly. Put them side by side. Yep. All right. Share this tab instead. So that's this almost the goddamn same. Like the numbers are almost the same. Like the hit outs, yeah, we got smashed last time. I thought that was what we were gonna. If we could fix that, maybe we fixed the game. Wasn't the case. Possessions, if we share, this is, I think, round 6. I'm getting confused now. That's round 14. All right. So if we share round 6, possessions are basically the same. Like we went from in 35% to 48% to 37% to 47%. Like I don't know. Like at this point, I don't know what the fuck to say anymore. Because there's a few things that I've been convinced about, which is that we lose so much centre ball that we are consistently putting ourselves in the wrong spots, that like we're never ready for the turnover ever. We're never ready to lose the contest. We're never ready to win the contest because we can't trust ourselves. So to be honest, for a long time, I thought Marshall is an issue because he doesn't give us first use. Yes, scoring from center is only like 40% of most like good teams scoring. But I figured because it's so low for us, maybe that's what we really needed to kind of get over the line. And it's not. It's clearly not. So I'm left questioning a lot. I don't know where to kind of hang the hat and say, all right, this is what we're good at. And yeah, like we need to get over these humps. Because right now, I'm starting to feel like we should just play the kids. And like, I know people will say, yeah, we need to win as much as possible. And I touched on this a second ago. It's Jake's opinion, not so much mine. I don't think if we keep playing these players, I don't think we can win anyway. Right? So why play senior players that aren't going to win us matches, that aren't showing us what to do on game day for the kids? It's getting to like that sort of problem. Like it's reminding me a little bit of Melbourne back when like Neild was the coach and they needed to fully reset. And I thought we did that like a year or two ago. So, I don't know. I'm at a loss at this point. I think we really do need to work out our centers. I'm fairly confident in our tall defensive stocks. I'm fairly confident in our running halfbacks. I do think we need to replace Webster. He made a few real bad blues tonight. I don't trust his disposal anymore. Some people don't trust his ability to be one-on-one. And if there's elements of neither of those, which are the two most important parts of his game, if neither of them are trustworthy to the full extent, again, why are we playing him? I'm starting to question the senior lead. I'm starting to question seniors' leadership, even coaching. Coaching is probably the next big step because I need to see them recognize that it isn't working. And for them to recognize that it isn't working, I've asked to be like bolder with selection, bolder with the roles that we give to kids that maybe haven't worked out. It's good. It's worked with Windy, right? Like he's shown some ability to stop people in the guts again. We want him to win more, yes, but at least he's showing he can tag again. There's people that aren't stepping up enough. Jack Steele had it at the start of the year. He's probably stepped up enough to stay in the side. Whether you really call him a captain at this point is debatable. Like, the person that showed the most for me tonight apart from maybe Wilkie, was our 200 gamer, Sinclair. See, he looked on from the first quarter and then nobody went with him. Like, nobody. I've seen some I don't know how much you guys know. Jake put out a video. There's a lot of rumors circulating that Naz has signed. We don't know. It could be rumors. We don't know. But there was a really reasonable comment made tonight that Jake showed me, in that, I mean, if he has signed for 2 years, if he hasn't, like, what are you showing him to make him want to be here at this point? Like, yeah, Port's not looking heaps better than us. Adelaide's not looking too bad. So if it is a 2-yearer, we've got to fix it right now. Like, we got to make the changes this year, before next year, before the off season. We need to say, hey, sorry, Jones, your time's done. You're not getting another game. Sorry. Like, as much as Hunter Clark has those moments where he's brilliant, he sometimes just goes missing for half a game, or, while he's trying to do the right thing, he has, turnovers. These kind of middle bracket players, even some that we've come to expect reasonably good from, they've got to come under scrutiny. Yeah. I don't trust any of our wings anymore. I don't trust Wood to a degree. I sort of do. But Hill, nah. Burns, nah. Wood, nah. Liam Henry hasn't played one game. Half forward line. I mean, the medium, like these small, tall forwards, right? Like, we're too tall in the forward line. And we're not like... Okay. Like, Sharman and Owens can't be our second and third key talls, and we legitimately won't be able to play them together when we add another tall forward. When we add King in there with Keeler, with Sharman and Owens, it's not going to work. They are too tall. Like, there is not... Like, Butler and Higo aren't enough ground support. They're just not. So, I mean, I've wanted Owens in the guts for God knows how bloody long, and he shows a little bit occasionally. Anybody with common sense knows you can't play almost 4 key talls, right? Don't get me wrong, Owens isn't really a key tall, but he plays like that when we ask him to. Like, we gotta use our head, from like selection to bloody actually roles that we give to players, to like our long-term planning. Because I want a fucking premiership. And like right now, it doesn't look like they are actually planning for a premiership. Or at least it is so far in the future that they're not worried about the matches now. That's what it looks like to me. So, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Naz did try in parts. Look, I'll quickly touch on some positives, because like it's not as if it was entirely negative. I'm going to touch on pretty much only the kids and Wilkie. Wilkie did good. Kammer looks all right. Kammer looks all right as a defender. That is something we should persist with long term. Dukes, okay. Dukes is all right. Don't get me wrong. But Dukes at most has 3 years left. At goddamn most. Like, he's probably like, it's 50-50 whether we give him a contract at the end of the year. That role should be Kamenides for the rest of the year. Dukes shouldn't even be a thought at all. Like, goddamn not at all. Like, Kamenides' disposal is significantly better than Dougal's. So, And he's better one-on-one. Like, anyway. All right, we've moved on from defense. Medium defenders. All right. We're not going to get a lot from Burns long-term. People have put this out. I actually don't mind Burns. He is a floor lifter in our team. He is consistently in the right places, and he very rarely turns it over, which is a major problem for our team. So all the people giving giving Burns shit every week, stop it. He's one of the few that doesn't consistently fuck up. Yeah, he's not amazing. He's not the most threatening with ball in hand, but he gets to the right place and he doesn't turn it over. How many can we say do that consistently? So stop giving him shit and focus on other people that consistently turn it over. Webster, Jones, Brad Hill, Owens in terms of shots on goal. He just shouldn't be taking it. God damn. Like this, exactly. Owens to the middle. People have balls. We thought maybe it was going to be Philippou at the start of the year. Clearly he's injured. Are we just going to run the same goddamn thing for the rest, like the last 11 weeks for the next 11 weeks? Is it just going to be Windy, Steele, McRae, occasionally Garcia, occasionally Boxall? Like, what are we doing? This is why I've asked us to be braver with our selections, because we're just going to get the same goddamn results forever. Anyway, I don't have much else to say. Like, I'm going to try and not be so angry for the team review Monday or Tuesday. I was really hoping I'd get this out early Monday, but I am so frustrated that it might take me an extra day to just reel that in a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. I think, quickly touching on another comment, Owens would be better as a hybrid mid-forward, giving a chop out for King and Sharman when somebody needs a rest, when maybe we want to swing Sharman to defense to play that marking role in the last 5 minutes, like we did Membry. But he can't shoot. He can't kick. Other people can clearly say this, right? I'm not just visualizing something that's wrong. Owens points the ball directly at his foot, straight down at his foot. And when he kicks it, he has the littlest point to kick it straight. The littlest point on the ball to kick it straight. That's why you angle it so that it's coming flat onto your foot, so you can kick the widest part of the ball so it goes straight. How he hasn't been corrected in 20 goddamn years of playing football is so goddamn fucking frustrating. Every time I watch him mark it, I go, why? Why is he there? Why is he the one marking it? Because he's not going to get the fucking goal. There's just so many obvious things in our sides that we're not fixing. It's been 6 weeks of this shit. And we've got a really difficult block of footy coming up. But part of me wonders if we are tanking. Legitimately. Because we're not making the changes that we should make when you see things that aren't working. Right? We're just not. So, thank you, Max. Thank you. But maybe we are tanking. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're doing 4D chess and I can't see it. But it's very frustrating. At this point, right, get rid of the senior players that aren't behaving like senior players. Just play the kids. Honestly, Marshall looked fucking shocking tonight. He again got 5 hit-outs to advantage. He attended 70 fucking hit-outs. He got anyway. These are things that the only thing that I think is maybe we are tanking, because these are things that seem so goddamn obvious to address. Like, it doesn't take Ross the boss to figure it out. Shouldn't take Corey Enright, the next in line. Shouldn't take Robert Harvey, one of our greats. Like, the mistakes that we make are so fucking obvious constantly. I start to wonder if we're just tanking. And I start to wonder about, are we even doing the right thing with our team? Like, do we even know what is correct? Because we have last week's performance where some of the seniors finally stood up. We got a very shock surprise out of Dan Butler, only to drop him this week because he got 4 disposals to his 4 goals last week. There's such a cavern between our best and our worst. And honestly, our seniors are just to blame, like as much to blame as anybody else. So it's becoming a bigger question. Bigger question than just personnel. Because for a long time, I've been in the camp that it is a couple of players that aren't quite at the level that aren't quite getting it done. But then I think to Collingwood, when Craig McRae came in, and being a bottom 4 side to then being a top 4 side and then winning the premiership. And I wonder if it is just how we're going about the footy. There's a couple of last comments here. We'll quickly go over it. After a week's break, we had one of the shortest week's break of any side ever. We still copped the week off curse. I think we only had like an average of 2 extra days off than we normally would. Still cop the curse. Look, need a bit of faith that things are going to get better. Faith in the kids, get games in them. I agree. 100% agree. The senior boys aren't what they were. It's an awkward stage of the rebuild. You're definitely right. You're definitely right. I really was hoping. All right, quickly going on to how our list has been structured. Love you, Pommy. Thank you for coming to say hello, mate. Not the best time, but I appreciate you. In terms of how we've structured long term, I think back to like 2018-19 when we got Butler, Hill, Dukes, Zach Jones, one or two others I can't remember. Paddy Ryder, that's the last one. I think back to that, and I thought when we got them, I was like, this will help us compete now, but we're not going to be able to compete for a premiership. So this will end up being the floor. Like, this will be our senior core for the next wave, which has been King, Naz, Owens, Windy, those guys. But the problem has been they're not behaving like senior players and they're not behaving like leadership. There's a few I'd keep in the side. There's a few I'd flick on at this point. But to be honest, people have been talking about Roma. I'd flick him. I'd just flick him. I don't think he's that good around the ground anymore. I don't think he's taking big clunks very often. He's not winning taps. His centre clearances have been down until tonight, where he just took the ruck hardball gets, grabbed it straight out of the ruck. You can't get called for holding the ball for that now. So, there's an element of that's not a terrible thing. But then he does the classic Marshall of just swing and throw it on his foot. No looking at all where he's trying to go. So to be honest, Marshall would be one at flick. Because he's got some value. People would pay. So we need to get as much value in the club as possible. And if we're getting TDK, which doesn't cost us with draft in any regard, then flick Marshall. We need as much in the door as possible. And I don't think he's really going to provide a ton up forward. He didn't tonight. He got moved off of English by halfway through the third quarter. And we had Owens in there and Keeler. Marshall was playing forward. Did he get a big mark, kick a goal? Nope. So there's others. I don't know how much value he'd still have, but I would have flicked Clark a few years back when North were offering. He's been super injured. And this has been the first year where I'm like, oh man, his body looks like it might be able to hold up now. So like maybe we get something out of him, but he's like 27. Like we should have already gotten something out of him. Like, and I'll be 100% honest here, and I've had brief chats with Jake about this, and he disagrees with me, but this is just my thoughts. I'd probably flick King. There's a bit of value there. I don't know if I trust his body. We've seen one good year from him, and he did look great, but I just don't know if we're going to get that King ever again. And I want to give games to players in a position that they will be long-term. So I'd like Keeler to keep playing forward alongside somebody else, obviously. But, I mean, if King can't consistently do it and we're moving Keeler in and out of the spot, are we really developing our side long-term? I don't think so. So, yeah, there's just... Pommy. Love Pommy, and that's probably a little bit too on the nose. No, you're not wrong. But yeah, and likewise, footy is, and everybody remember this: footy is a stupid sport. Stupid things happen in it. We saw a lot of stupid umpiring calls tonight, and that's part of why we maybe just didn't have anything work, but. Yeah, I'm at the point of not trusting a lot of what's going on. I wouldn't call for heads to roll yet, but oh man, if it's like this at the early point of next year, I will be. Like, I don't think I will have seen enough by the end of this year to make to say. Like Ross needs to go, but if we play like this time next year, 100%. So, I mean, we've supposedly got 2 years to turn it around with Naz. I think Ross Lyon's probably got a year and a half left. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Look. Love you all for popping in. Pommy. Love you, Pommy. Love you all for popping in. It's been an annoying, very, very annoying night. It's probably a bit of me just being overly angry. But goddamn, they made me nearly lose my hair. I'm aging. I can't lose too much more of this. So if St Kilda makes me lose my hair, I'm going to get more and more angry. It's just how it is. Anyway, thank you all for popping your head in. We will be doing the same again next week. I forgot we were playing Thursday. I thought it was a Friday, I'll be honest. So I didn't even put my tips in. And I forgot to put this up until about, 4 o'clock this afternoon. So I thought I was getting it up a day early until about an hour before I put it up, but what can you do? Yeah, that'll be it. I'll try and remember to put this up earlier next week so you can chuck it in your notifications. If you can give us a like, that'd be awesome. YouTube likes it when you do that. Otherwise, Chris, thank you for popping your head in. To everybody else, Mr. Hamburger, Pommy, I think there's a few others, Max, that you guys know who you are. Thank you very much for popping in. Next week, hopefully I'm not just angry ranting and we can actually have a little bit of a chat. Anyway, thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.